Welcome everyone. Yeah, I won't say officially, I'm saying calling it the Cassidy and Stirrup Show, but we'll get to that when we get there. But yeah, guys, what's going on? You see the thumbnail. Let's talk about it. No DC today, bro. Spider-Man No Way Home. I have copped a fan screening ticket. It's like, I got a golden ticket. Bro, you know the hell I went through just to try to get, go being a Amazon Prime subscriber or Amazon Prime membership, going through that, trying to get the fan screening ticket. So I had to try to wiggle my way in to get it. And bro, the tickets are getting sold pretty quick, man. The tickets are getting sold, bro. If you have not gotten the fan screening ticket, I please you to hurry up and get that ticket, sir, ma'am. Hurry before it's out. It's too late. It's too late on my end, but I was able to get my ticket. But everything is sold out technically right now in my area. So get that ticket, man. If you're a Prime membership, well, if you have Amazon Prime and you're a member, go through Fandango, get the ticket, and you're locked in. So yeah, guys. So I'm gonna be seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day on the 29th. So I'll be seeing it. What I think I'll be seeing it 2 days before general public because it generally comes out July 31st. And I just wanted to do this live stream because I want to talk all things Brand New Day at this point, and talk about the things that I wish and things that I need to happen in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, firstly, I would say this. I'm gonna be real, bro. You can call me a sick bastard if you want, but at this point, I need Ned and MJ. I need some more tragedy to be bestowed upon Tom Holland's Spider-Man. You feel me? You can't have a Spider-Man without an extra topping of tragedy upon tragedy upon tragedy. So I'm definitely gonna need MJ, Michelle Jones, to bite the dust. You feel me? This is what I wish. I want MJ, Michelle Jones, to die at this point. She needs to be taken out by a villain. And, we've been hearing about Hobgoblin, you know what I'm saying? And things of that sort. Hunter Iggy, okay. Hunter, we're gonna leave the DC stuff for another live stream, but if you want to know my quick thoughts on the leaks about Lantern series, about the episode 1, they're saying, I know that they said that Hal Jordan basically dies in the first episode. Again, it's like, I'm not saying that the show is going to be terrible, but it's like you're really pissing off the certain demographic that loves Hal Jordan, that wants to see his story told. So if you're doing that, you're already on the rough start of getting the fans on board when they're saying that the leak is saying that they're gonna kill Hal Jordan in the first episode. But back to the MCU, we're gonna stay on topic here, guys. We're gonna talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, and we're gonna talk about everything that I wish to happen and everything that I need to happen in this movie, bro, to make it a check mark A+ for me. So when it comes to just Michelle Jones and Ned Leeds, his best friend, and then his love of the love of his life, I need those two to be executed and expunged drastically. I need MJ, Michelle Jones, to either die from a villain or a catastrophe or of that sort. And we've heard rumors. I don't know if Ned Leeds is going to become Hobgoblin. I hope that he does, even though we don't have much of a Green Goblin in Tom Holland's universe. There hasn't been exact hints to there being a Green Goblin in his universe. I think that they will eventually do it because it's like you're not having a Green Goblin or Harry Osborn for Tom Holland's universe. It's just kind of like iffy to me. And it seems like it's not if, it's when they're gonna pull the trigger for having a Green Goblin and a Harry Osborn, integration within Tom Holland's universe. And then the recent, TV spot and teaser in regards to Spider-Man, fighting Hulk. Honestly, for me, dude, it's like, and I see the little gadget that he has on his hand. If you guys haven't watched the teaser, go watch it. It's pretty dope, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying in a certain degree because it's like for me personally, I didn't care to have the Hulk in the Spider-Man movie. You feel me? Because it's Spider-Man. I don't need. If anything, I really wish that they would have put Kurt Connors. You know what I'm saying? Kurt Connors, the Lizard. He definitely deserves another chance at redemption. Honestly, even though I didn't really think that he was terrible in the Amazing Spider-Man for Andrew Garfield's universe in his movie, I really do think that Kurt Connors' Lizard character could be really dope if done right. And again, I liked him in Andrew Garfield's movie, but there's still so much to be had, and he's more to me, a geneticist, with mutation. He's really that upper echelon of mutant, you know, uh, advisement for Peter's character, especially when it comes to the comics and even in the film. Even in the besides the comics, and you have the animated series. Is like, put some respect on Kurt Connor's name, bro. Like, yeah, it's like again, it's cool the Hulk's in there, but whatever. But it's just like, if I had to choose, I would rather it had been the Lizard Kurt Connors instead of Bruce Banner Hulk. And no offense, bro, Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner and his Hulk is the worst Hulk and Bruce Banner combination of all time. He's not way worse than Eric Bana, and way worse than Edward Norton's Hulk. You feel me? I don't even care for his design as much because it's just his design reminds me of just like the Hulk looking like a giant manly gorilla. So in that aspect, it's like it's fine, but I would have rather Kurt Connor's Lizard instead of Bruce Banner Hulk being in this movie. It just fits the mold. Make it more Spider-Man centric. Leave all the other theatrics of Avenger connection. Leave it out, bro. That's just what I would have done. But it is what it is. You feel me? But on to the next, shall we? So honestly, when it's coming to being like confirmed heroes of that sort that are going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, you have obviously the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? John Bernthal. I love that new Punisher special. John Bernthal has just totally took full reins and control of what a live action Punisher could be and should be. Even though, no offense to my boy, I forgot his name, man, but the one who played Punisher before him, um, and I'm not the Punisher Warzone movie, even though I love that movie. Rest in peace to my guy who played the Punisher in the Warzone movie. But I'm talking about that classic Punisher. I think it came out in the early 2000s with the themes. I love that Punisher theme song, bro. Yeah, the movie with John Travolta, bro. Oh well, the Punisher movie with John Travolta in it, dude. That movie was fire, bro. I love that one, bro. That is still peak Punisher to me. The score, just the vibe, that is peak Punisher, man. I'm telling you, dog. But I gotta say, man, John Bernthal, he's given this Punisher role his all, man. I've seen the Punisher series with John Bernthal. Seeing him in the Daredevil show, all that good stuff. John Bernthal has just truly, really imbued himself with the Punisher character. And man, I'll tell you, bro, that Punisher special made me cry, dude. It's just something special about it, to where it's magnificent and it's very emotional. It pulls your heartstrings, man. It's really devastating with that Punisher special. That's one of the best specials that I think Marvel has done in a long time, dude. I love that. I love that special. And they got Bruce Banner. They're saying Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, his Hulk, his exact role is still being kind of kept secret. We all know that it seems like he might just be, either he's just getting controlled, or it seems like the basically wrist gadget that helps him have most of the control of his body and keeping the Hulk at bay. And it's just kind of like, I want to see how they kind of explain how or what happened in regards to that precipice of balance and control, because Bruce, he was Professor Hulk, and now he has to use a gadget to keep the Hulk at bay. So I'm trying to understand what kind of really disturbed the peace between him and the Hulk coexisting as, Professor Hulk. So I would love to see that. I would love to see, dude, if anything, make the Hulk, dude. It's like I want this movie to just think outside the box. I want this movie to truly go outside the box. If you're gonna give me like if you're gonna give me the Hulk in this movie, give me a Joe Fixit. Give me his other alter ego. Give me a Joe Fixit Hulk, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now we're talking. Instead of you could give me Joe Fixit Hulk, but everybody's, you know, basically saying that we're gonna get the Gray Savage Hulk, which is fine. But bro, to see a Joe Fixit Hulk, bro, in a movie, that would be so trippy and funny, and very interesting if they want to go down that road. So I wish to see that, but from what we're seeing, looks like the Hulk is either he's being controlled by the hand, he's being controlled by Mr. Negative, bringing out his negative, more ferocious side to him, because you know how Mr. Negative and the hand, they're both good at manipulating the essence of someone, and bringing out the negative side when it comes to Mr. Negative, you know what I mean? And the hand trying to take control, they're good with mystical arts and mind control, things of that sort. Even they could resurrect. So it's like when it comes to the Hulk's role in regards to this movie, the door is kind of still open, but obviously we're still. It's just for me. I just want to see how they're gonna handle that, because I just can't see Spider-Man fighting the Hulk, my boy. It's like seeing that. It makes me feel, because I'm a huge Hulk fan. It makes me feel like you affect his level of threat. Even though Spider-Man has that gadget in the teaser, the news teaser, to where probably hitting the Hulk with that gadget will help suppress every time he hits him. I guess it suppresses him with that little gadget that you see that Tom Holland Spider-Man is wearing in that new teaser. So that's what I'm assuming that gadget is for. Every time he hits the Hulk, it'll repress his mutation, and more it'll start to allow Bruce Banner to get back into control. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the Hulk, honestly, to be real. I don't know if you guys still prefer the Hulk, because again, I would prefer the Lizard. I prefer Cart Connors to be in this film, because I want this to truly be a Spider-Man centric world, you know. And again, we got Zendaya returning, obviously. Congratulations to Zendaya and Tom. I think they're officially married, right? I don't know if they're still engaged, but are officially married, but congrats to them. But I'm sorry. I need this party to end. I need MJ to die. Like, people will die. I'm a man of my word. But yeah, I'm going to need MJ to bite the dust, because I need, now that you took in away, Aunt May, basically his home, the person behind his corner always. You took away Aunt May. Now it's time to take away MJ. It's time. You took away his heart. Well, I mean, you took away his last kin. Now it's time to take away his love. You feel me? So now that you take away Michelle Jones, you bring in room to introduce Gwen Stacy. You bring in room to introduce Mary Jane Watson, the real MJ of his universe. So it's like that's gonna be such an ultimate elevation of Tom's character by taking out MJ, Michelle Jones. Now that he's lost his aunt, he loses the love of his life, and now it gives way to molding his identity, truly, really becoming and ascending to Spider-Man godhood, and then introducing Michelle Jones or Gwen Stacy, whatever road that they're paving. But I just really need, this is what I need. I need them to take out Michelle Jones. I need them to do this. It's Spider-Man, for God's sakes. He needs to suffer. It's delicious to us. So yeah, we need to make sure, yeah, and Marvel, just pull the trigger. Pull the trigger, and you need to take out Michelle Jones, so we can have room to have his character grow, and room to introduce Mary Jane Watson or Gwen Stacy. That's where I'm at when it comes to MJ. With Michelle Jones and Daya's character, I put my hands in the air with her. And to see Ned Leeds coming back, you know what I'm saying? His homie, his best friend. Either you're going to kill his friends, or you're going to just kill MJ, Michelle Jones, and lead Ned Leeds down a path to becoming Hobgoblin, just like the comics writ, and have his character Ned Leeds to be written as Hobgoblin. Is one of his most. It's not like he's better than Green Goblin, but to see Hobgoblin live action and to see Jacob Batalon turn into Hobgoblin, that'd be very interesting. It's just like, dude, again, I want this movie to think outside the box. Honestly, for me, when it comes to Spider-Man Homecoming, I watched it with my mom, the first time I watched it, and I was like, hey, this is a pretty cute, awesome, way to start out this universe. I enjoyed Homecoming for what it was. Far From Home, I didn't care for Far From Home, even though they had one of my most favorite Spider-Man villains in that movie, Mysterio. And Jake Gyllenhaal did a very good job of what he had, but I just wasn't feeling the whole nuance of the movie. I wish that it was more close as possible to the original character of who Mysterio is, that comic version of Mysterio, getting it in that aspect instead of him being like a weird jealous freak of someone who was trying or was in behind the scenes of Tony Stark and his inventions. But yeah, when it came to Homecoming, it was all right film for me. Me and my mom enjoyed it, but Far From Home, I was not impressed whatsoever. When it comes to No Way Home, that's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? You can ask a baby in a stroller, did you like Spider-Man No Way Home? And the baby's going to be like, ah! I'm like, yeah, I knew you were going to say that because it's Spider-Man No Way Home. As soon as, when it came to No Way Home, as soon as we all had an idea and an inkling and saw the teaser and trailers, and we saw Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, we saw, what I'm saying, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I'm like, this movie is already in it's already in godship. It's already top tier because you're bringing back the OG characters. So honestly, when it comes to No Way Home, I don't even see that as a specific Tom Holland movie, because it's just not fair to me, because this is a time to where I want Tom Holland to really carry his own film, really carry this Spider-Man movie. I want this movie to show me that he can carry on his own. No help, no assist, no nothing, bro. Even though he has the Punisher in here, he has Bruce Banner, Hulk in here, you know what I'm saying? His friends are in here, whatnot. That's fine and all, but please, just what I want from this movie is to show me his character elevating, suffering, and showing that he can carry the weight of really being Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, instead of uh, being Tony Stark's predecessor, having Happy, having his Aunt May to back him up and give him his advice, even though that was fine. But I still like the fact that they took her away, and now you need to take away MJ. You need to take away Ned Leeds. Everything has to go. We need a clean, fresh slate. No one knows who he is anymore, and now that nobody knows who he is, take away everyone that he loves, so we could truly have a brand new day. It sounds pretty sick. I don't want to be a sick bastard, but I think it all leads with the title itself. No one knows him anymore, so everyone that he knows and loves needs to be wiped out of his life. And so it'll truly be a brand new day, and he will have a brand new start. It's poetic and sick. But yeah, so he needs this. What's up, Nicholas Thomas with the yo? My guy's always coming in with the yo. What's good, buddy? But yeah, honestly, that's just what I need. I need wipe them all clean. If you're gonna call this movie Brand New Day, make it a brand new slate for Tom Holland Spider-Man. And in that case, take away everybody that he loves. Make it truly a brand new day. Okay? So yeah, when it comes to confirmed villains, we already know Scorpion's in there. Michael Mando is returning. And I guess that post-credit scene from the 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming movie, I guess it is going to finally give some type of fruition to Scorpion's character. It's like, bro, it took you long enough to bring this man up in here. And it's cool to see him, in the Scorpion getup. I hope throughout the movie, though, that it doesn't have that prototype look and feel. that we keep seeing in the trailers. I don't like the little prototype look that he has. I need him to really don the full suit. I want him to be fully suited Scorpion. Orange visor, you know what I'm saying, head to toe, green plated, just full on, full suited Scorpion. I would love to see it. So you would see him. You see that in the trailer, he gets wrecked by Spider-Man off rip because Spider-Man's mutation. We'll get to that. So, but I'm gonna need him to upgrade from that prototype look because it looks like it's like kind of a prototype. And then throughout the movie, I need him to become fully suited Scorpion, really wrecking things, really going crazy. Because if you think about it, Scorpion was legit created to defeat Spider-Man because scorpions prey on spiders. You feel me? So it's kind of like, yeah, man, let's get it. Let's take him up a notch. We already showed him. You already, so, and I feel like them giving, I feel like they can do more than just have Michael Mando Scorpion seem like fodder. Just seem like it's gonna be a villain for him to just, just crush and just use him as an example while he's going through his mutation and just beat his ass and just throw him away like trash. I don't want that to happen to Michael Mando Scorpion. We've waited so long for him for him to become Scorpion and for us to see him a Scorpion only for him to get trashed by, Spider-Man going through his mutation phase. I don't want to see that. Have him get his ass beat on his prototype version in the beginning, and then throughout he's going to evolve and become the fully formed Scorpion with the suit and everything, and then make him a real problem for, Spider-Man. If anything, let Scorpion be the one to take out MJ or Ned, or however they write it. But that's how it is, because they've already confirmed. They're saying that Tombstone is confirmed, and I love the fact that when it comes to Lonnie Lincoln, we have not seen anything of Tombstone in the trailers, teasers, nothing. I think we only hear his voice. That's it. So, and it fits Marvel's it fits the more grounded side of the New York crime story, him being that crime boss. So, seeing Lonnie Lincoln is going to be very interesting in regards to that. Honestly, I really hope that they give in a full depth story to Tombstone, because at the end of the day, when it also comes to this movie with Spider-Man Brand New Day, it can seem to be very crowded. And it's like, as hyped as everyone is for it, I just hope that it's not as crowded as it needs to be. When it comes to Spider-Man No Way Home, as much as I love Spider-Man No Way Home, the fact of the matter is that it was very crowded. Spider-Man No Way Home was very crowded, so it had to have room for everyone to have their piece when it came to Andrew or Toby, Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, you know what I'm saying, Willem Dafoe. A lot of stuff, a lot of time had to be spread thin, and attention needed to be divided. So now that seems like it's going to be a lot of characters in here as well, I hope that is balanced very well. Daniel Destin Cretton, or Destin Daniel Cretton. Yeah, Destin Daniel Cretton, if I said his name correctly. The director of the movie, the way he did Shang-Chi, that it was very, the storytelling is very great. So, and I really do love the movie Shang-Chi. So I'm going to be very interested into seeing how he handles Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell that you could really extremely see that Destin Daniel Cretton was a very huge fan of some sorts to do this, to exude being the director for the Spider-Man film. So in regards to, and I'm very excited because they're saying that he's going to also be directing the live action Naruto film. And it looks like, I think they're on the road to casting Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. That is that's epic. That is extremely dope. That is something, bro. I am an extreme. I don't even know if you guys can probably see it, but if you see that right there, that shows how much of a Naruto fan I am. I have a curse mark tattoo. All my Naruto fans, stand up. If you know what that is, you know what that is. You feel me? So in regards to that, I can't wait to see what he does with the live action Naruto movie that he's working on. And then besides Tombstone, you have Boomerang. I don't know much about Boomerang. I know he's more of like a classic kind of comic book character centric style and manners to that. He's just another street level Spider-Man villain as well. And he's seen in the trailer as well, or the teaser might have you. You do see Boomerang. When it comes to Tarantula is said to be, oh, what's up, Angar? How's it going, man? What's good, bro? We're just talking. I'm just talking about Spider-Man No Way. I mean, I said No Way Home. Talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, man. That's what I'm talking. Dude, I was able to cop a fan screening ticket, so I'll be seeing it a couple days before the general public. And I just wanted to talk about the things that I wish happen in the movie and the things that I need to happen in this movie. So definitely, man. Tarantula. I'm knowing Tarantula. I know he does have superhuman strength, and I think he is to be a certain problem for Spider-Man. I don't know if he's as powerful or even more powerful than Spider-Man, but he may be at a close level to Spider-Man, but not as really powerful. But we'll see. But I don't know really much about Tarantula's character in regards to like the comics and the movies in general or animated series. But I do know that he is still a formidable foe to Spider-Man. And then you have the Hand Man, the ninja organization connected to the Daredevil lore, connected to the Daredevil show. Obviously, from seeing the Hand, it's very hard for me not to see them putting Matt Murdock's Daredevil in this show. Seeing that he's in prison, and seeing that there's the scenes to where you see the Hand fighting Spider-Man, where it looks like they're fighting in a prison, where Matt Murdock's character is, leading to the end of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Linking that together, we saw Matt Murdock's Daredevil with Spider-Man in No Way Home. You feel me? We're going in. So the connections are coming deliciously to fruition. You know what I mean? So I would love to see Daredevil's character in this movie. It's about time at the end of the day, because we haven't gotten a Daredevil movie, bro, since Ben Affleck, sir. So at this point, you might as well just put Daredevil in this movie. Just have Spider-Man break him out. You feel me? Because he needs his help. Some type of situation to happen to where we actually get to see a Daredevil on the big screen after so many years, man. It's like, come on, I love the Daredevil shows, but I don't really kind of care to see him only locked down as a TV centric character. Put him on the big screen. You got faith in him, man? And people are loving Bullseye's character in the show. I love Bullseye in the show. So let's make it happen. Let's bring this world, because there's so many, dude, in Marvel. There's all damn near all the superheroes in Marvel are in New York, or they're from New York. So it's like it's at this point you have to pull the trigger and kind of scoot the Daredevil universe a little bit closer to the fantastical aspect and really bring them into the movie, because there's no other way to really gel it, because again, most of the Marvel superheroes live or stay in New York, or they're from New York. So it's like you can't run from that aspect. So let's really just bank on that idea and just bring them all together. The Defenders, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Even though people hate Iron Fist, I still haven't really watched the Iron Fist show. I saw the Defenders, I saw Luke Cage, I saw some of Jessica Jones. I watched all of Daredevil. So yeah, man, let's bring in the Defenders, man. Bring in all the people in New York. They teased obviously White Tiger. When it comes to what's her name? The White Tigers, the female version of White Tiger. They had her in, Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So I would love to see White Tiger do an appearance, whether it be his niece or just another mantle passed on to the White Tiger in general. But I would love to see White Tiger in this movie. That'd be pretty surprising. That'd be pretty dope. And then we have the rumored villains. Even though these villains have not been officially confirmed, heavily speculated, but we're going with Mr. Negative. He's the biggest fan favorite rumor. I'm thinking a lot of people think he'll appear due to the street level New York story of Mr. Negative, the hand involvement. Mr. Negative is somewhat connected to the involvement of the Hand. He has a dark tone to him, and he fits perfectly with the Spider-Man and Punisher. And also, if you don't know, and also if you have not played the Spider-Man video games on PS4, the Miles Morales video game with Mr. Negative is connected to Miles Morales' dad's death. So Mr. Negative, in a way, could be somewhat connected to Miles Morales, and them introducing Miles Morales, if not in this movie, as an end credit scene. I could see that definitely happening for sure, but he's only rumor only. It's nothing officially confirmed. And then you got the Hobgoblin, to see Ned return, and begin to set up Hobgoblin. There's no evidence in regards to that, but again, that's them thinking outside the box. I really think they need to go ahead and just pull the trigger. In my opinion, they need to, have MJ get killed, They need to take away the Michelle Jones. You feel me? Go ahead and give her a tombstone. Go ahead and just take her off the board, and then go ahead and slowly set up Ned Leeds, turning into Hobgoblin. Some type of setup. That'd be so interesting. He's one of his most dastardly foes. You know what I'm saying? And we need to get the creativity flowing. And also, again, we've never seen Hobgoblin live action. So that would be so epic and so awesome to see that. So hopefully they go down that road. And then we have the Kingpin. Due to Punisher and due to the Daredevil Born Again series, and due to the animated series, due to the video games, we already know, like, Kingpin is half a Daredevil villain. Kingpin is mostly a Daredevil villain, but somewhat half a Spider-Man villain. And I have to understand here. Can somebody please let me know what the freak is Kingpin? Because, dude, he's able to fight Spider-Man. You feel me? He can pick Spider-Man up and throw him. So it's like, dude, the motherfucker's not normal. He's not a normal human being. I don't understand why people keep trying to invoke that Kingpin's normal. No, the freak, he's not. He's not just tell me he's a mutant. At this point, tell me Kingpin is a mutant, and then I'll be like, all right, now we're talking. But to say that he's just a peak physical human being, motherfucker, he's not a human being, bro. He's not even. If he could kill people by punching them in the face, like, that's not no human being stuff, buddy. He's a mutant, or he's something else. He's something more. So I need that to be established, because again, the only way for Daredevil mainly to get the upper hand on Kingpin is with his agility. You know what I'm saying? Him being very slick in how he moves and making sure that Kingpin doesn't really get his hands on him. Because straight up, Kingpin is obviously more powerful than Daredevil. But when it comes to the animated series, the video game, when Kingpin is fighting Spider-Man, there's sometimes that he throws Spider-Man or actually hits Spider-Man, and Spider-Man reacts to that hit. So it's like, I need, and no offense to Vincent Onfrio, it's like, I want them to add a little bit of CGI to his Kingpin. If anything, if he needs to be recast, whatever. If not recast, to add on that huge aspect and layer to Kingpin. Kingpin is huge. Dude looks like, if you've seen him in the animated series or in the video game, he looks like he's about 7 feet tall, almost like seven. He looks like he would be 7'5", almost 8 feet tall. In regards to if they wanted to display Kingpin's height and size, accurately. You feel me? Even Vincent Onofrio's Kingpin in Daredevil and in the show, he's still pretty small. So it's kind of like, are they gonna take it there? Is Vincent's Kingpin going to end up in an experiment? Is he gonna experiment on his body? Is it going to cause him to truly become the massive immovable object of what Kingpin should be? Again, no offense to him and his character. It's just, I want to see how they're going to handle his design and his presence if they want to take the Kingpin respectful route from the comics and from the animated series and the video game. He's a monster. So it's like, portray him as so. If you're gonna take it there, and if you're gonna involve Kingpin in a Spider-Man movie to where we're actually seeing if Kingpin is going to eventually throw hands with Spider-Man, he can't be looking like that. He can't be looking like that, and we're gonna need more more explanation on his powers and what he truly is, and if he will be evolving or being experimented on, in regards to story and lore within the Spider-Man universe. If Tom Spider-Man is gonna meet him eventually. And in regards to seeing all the civilians being controlled, and you seeing, Angar says, do you think they should have brought Black Cat as the new love interest in Brand New Day? Dude, it can happen. It can happen, bro. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you, Angar. I don't care how mad anybody said or how mad people get. The perfect person. There's so many choices of women that could play Black Cat. But bro, when it comes to Sydney Sweeney, my guy, yeah. And they always say with these behind the scenes rumors, feel me, when it comes to Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney, I'm like, I don't look into any of that. When I see Sydney Sweeney, I'm like, yeah, bro, she could definitely play a Felicia. You know what I'm saying? She could definitely play Felicia, bro. She could definitely become Black Cat. I mean, Sydney Sweeney for Black Cat all day. I'm just for that. I don't give a freak what nobody says, dude. So I could definitely see them bringing in Felicia as his love interest. I think that would be so cool in a way because if you think about it, Toby got Mary Jane Watson, Andrew Garfield got Gwen Stacy. So now, why don't they give us Felicia Jones, if I said her name right? Why don't they give us Felicia and Tom? Tom Holland Spider-Man, his love interest should be Felicia, and then he could get entangled with Black Cat, and then you can have that relationship elevate, and that'll be the first ever live action relationship to be seen when it comes to Spider-Man and Black Cat. So I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see that. That'd be so fun. You seeing the cat and mouse, Spider-Man trying to go after her, chase her, and just to see how powerful Black Cat is, bro. Black Cat has basically had a certain mixture of super soldier serum, a different kind of super soldier serum, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Felicia Hardy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said Felicity. I was thinking Felicity Jones because I was like, what? Felicity Jones. I was thinking I got that mixed up with the last name, but yeah, Felicia Hardy. Yeah, so Tom Holland, definitely his Spider-Man the love interest should be Felicia Hardy in regards to that. But yeah, man, I think that would be a very cool aspect indeed. But when it comes to Mr. Negative controlling like civilians, as many fans are speculating because the strange behavior that we see in the trailers points towards mind control. Now, when we see the mind control, at first I was thinking, hey, that's got to be Jean Grey, right? But now that I think about it, I'm like, no, that can't be Jean Grey because the way that the mind controlled civilians were talking to Spider-Man saying, why don't I go visit, MJ? You know what I'm saying? Threatening about visiting MJ to Spider-Man. And it looks like, I don't know if that's the case, but it does look like Hulk is being controlled. I don't see Jean Grey, Sadie Sink's possible character, because a lot of people think that Sadie Sink is just straight up Jean Grey. And at this point, I don't think so, and I don't believe so, firstly. Secondly, even if Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, she'll be the shortest Jean Grey on the planet, bro. So I don't really care to see Sadie. I just think that's too much of an obvious choice. And I just think that nowadays, like Marvel and even movies in general, need to stop just picking the most, notable and newest free agents from these shows and movies and other projects and just making them the most obvious characters. You feel me? Sadie Sink would be an obvious choice for Jean Grey, even just minus her being very short to play Jean Grey. But I would like for her to be any other character but Jean Grey. Just on my end. Something new and fresh. That's all. If we're gonna introduce Jean Grey, I just would rather just Jean Grey probably just be introduced in the X-Men movie that's gonna be coming soon. But if she is Jean Grey, you know what I'm saying, it would have to be a good explanation to why she's kind of jumping in and out of people and moving out. And I won't say that the DO, the damage the basically the Department of Damage Control, the DODC or DOD, whatever they call it, that's in, you know, Marvel, that we've seen when it came to Wonder Man, the Wonder Man show. I don't see them, because you see in the trailer that she's kind of chained to the chair and looks like she's captured. So I don't know if the DODC captured her. And in regards to what her power may assess to be, but I just truly don't really see Sadie Sink probably being Jean Grey for sure in regards to that. So, and even just seeing that, interesting, his sting poison. He just had Scorpion, could be Tom Scarecrow. I mean, Angar, I can see that. I see that it says that Scorpion as the main villain would have been interesting. His sting poison messing with Peter's head. Scorpion could be Tom's Scarecrow. That's a very good assessment there, my friend. Just for me, I just don't, even when it comes to Scorpion in general, I see him at the stage of where Tom Holland's Spider-Man is at now. I just mainly see Scorpion as that side villain, you feel me, instead of more of a main villain. But I do, earlier in the video, I did say that I do want to see him progress, because even when we see Scorpion fighting Tom Spider-Man in the trailers, Tom looks like he handles him swiftly and quickly, because you see him mutating and getting more angry. He's getting more ferocious. So his mutation just made him do quick work of his Scorpion. But I truly want to see him come out of that prototype looking phase and into the full suited Scorpion. I'm talking PlayStation 4 Scorpion, you feel me? I'm talking animated Scorpion, like the whole green suit get up. You know what I mean? The orange visor, all that good stuff. Like, I want him to become the full-fledged Scorpion, if not in the middle, if not the end of the film. But in regards, I really do think the main villain, is, people are speculating as well. I don't see, if it's gonna be Chameleon. Good lord, I hope it's not the Chameleon from the Craven the Hunter movie, because that Chameleon looks so small and weak. It's like, even though I know Chameleon's not that powerful, but he's very cunning. He's very espionage. You know, like he's like a target, a very sly assassin in that degree, if they're gonna use Chameleon. But I don't know. Chameleon could be in this movie or he could not be. But like I've said, this movie is so loaded, it's so packed, bro. It's not even funny, bro. A lot of people speculate that Man-Wolf, for some fans, that for some fans thinking that the John and Lucy wedding tease in the promotional material could involve John Jameson, leading to a Man-Wolf reference. Excuse me. And that's just more of a fan theory in regards to that. My number one Spider-Man film of all time, it's got to be Spider-Man 2, man. It's got to be Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry, dude. Angar, I'll tell you this right now. It's like, Spider-Man 2 is not only my most favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, Spider-Man 2 is definitely one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. And not only that, Spider-Man 2 has one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Marvel Cinematic Universe one-on-one battle of all time. When you have the train scene, it's still, that the train scene in Spider-Man 2 is still peak. It's still untouched. You have, we have our battles, like Edward Norton's Hulk versus Abomination. You have the Winter Soldier versus Steve Rogers. You know what I mean? You have Shang-Chi versus his father. You have Iron Man. You even have Iron Man versus Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's just, dude. It's like, those are epic, awesome battles, bro. Those are epic one-on-one fights. But when you're talking about top tier Marvel Cinematic Universe one-on-one scraps, dude, Spider-Man versus Doc Ock and Spider-Man 2 has to be in your top 3, if not number 1 fight in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bro. It's just no compare. It's not even funny, dude. It's very hard tail to tape, but yeah, for sure. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is my number one Spider-Man film of all time, bro. For real. It's just to me, it still hasn't. And people, it gets irritating to a point to where it's like people are saying that, oh, the Spider-Man Brand New Day may be the greatest Spider-Man film of all time. It even I don't even want to hear the word may. I don't even want you to say that sentence because you're already setting up for failure, buddy. Because even No Way Home, my guy, as much as I love No Way Home, even No Way Home is not better to me. No Way Home is still not better than Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. It's just not, bro. I think people regret to realize that sometimes more is not always better. You feel me? Sometimes doing more in regards to action and characters does not make a movie just better automatically. There's times to where a movie can have a simple premise, simple character, but enough room to give it more thorough storytelling, more character development, and more weight to the film due to there not being so many characters. And that's what makes it more meaningful, makes it more relatable, more digestible. And that's kind of one of my most reputable fears in regards to the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. It's so many Easter eggs, so many villains, so many character references, and just so much in in the film. And I think that, and what I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be, what, 2 hours, 2 hours 20 minutes, 2 hours 30 minutes, if not whatever have you. And that'll give them enough. Do you think I'll give them enough time to, flesh out all these characters and give a very compelling story and make things kind of, make sense? You know what I mean? And connect the movie to Avengers, Secret Wars, or Avengers Doomsday, things of that nature. So, in regards to that, that's what I think about. Well, that's what I would say too. That what is my number one Spider-Man film? It has to be Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire and Alfred Molina, bro. At this point, I would love for them to honestly recreate and reintroduce Doctor Octopus in Tom Holland's universe. Honestly, oh, he says Angar says, "I fear it shouldn't be like 2025. I fear it shouldn't be like Superman 2025. Too many plots playing at the same time. That is my number one fear, bro. I'm right there with you, dude. Again, like I keep saying, man, sometimes more doesn't mean better. You know what I mean? There's a time to where you want to have an Avengers level threat or Justice League level threat when it comes to superhero movies in general. But it's like when you make a movie like say Civil War, understandable because it's a civil war, so each of the heroes had to pick a side. And Civil War, the theme of Civil War bled great with it being Captain America's third film, you know. So that bled really well, just the name of the movie, Civil War, and Captain America being who he is, and doing the right thing, whether it's against the government. Like, it would have to truly make sense for you to just have all these characters in a superhero film, but all these characters being tied in with a character that's individual film for that character, but you're still adding more superheroes. So now it just feels like a low level Avengers movie feel. You know what I mean? But that, again, Civil War didn't feel that way, and it went beautiful. You know what I mean? So, because if you think about it, they only did that for they only did like a little they only added that many heroes in regards to a Marvel movie centered around one hero. For I think that was for Captain America, because you had Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. It didn't have other heroes in it as much as Civil War. Thor 1, 2, and 3 didn't have that many didn't have that much characters at all. I think Ragnarok was the only one that just had Hulk in it. And again, Hulk, like when is Hulk gonna have his own singles movie, please? When are we gonna get World War Hulk? When are we gonna get a solo Hulk movie again? It's like, dude, yeah, that's why people need to understand, bro, that Marvel is not perfect by any means. Even though they've given us great action, great movies, great cinematic moments, it's like, dude, please, y'all gotta treat my boy Hulk better, dude. This has to stop, and you need to start with the recasting. I don't give a freak because Mark Ruffalo he's getting up there in age, and I want a new Hulk design and I want a new actor for Hulk. But let me see here. I see Angar sending another chat on the way. It says Tom's Doc Ock inventing the mechanical arms, and Tom trying to hinder his invention to protect him because he knows where Otto will end up. That can make a great exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why honestly Spider-Man No Way Home really opened the door for what Tom Holland Spider-Man will, be going down the road and seeing in the future. It's going to be interesting seeing that he saw his villains. It's like Spider-Man No Way Home showed him what his future villains will be without really giving it to him, because those villains are all from the different Spider-Man universes, in Tom's universe and Andrew's universe, but we have not yet to seen the Green Goblin in his universe. We have not yet to see the Doc Ock in Tom's universe. We have not yet to see Lizard in Tom Holland's universe. It's like, and people keep saying, oh, well, they already confirmed that they're not going to do Green Goblin for Tom's universe. Shut the hell up. Yes, they are, buddy. You think they're not going to give us the Green Goblin and Harry Osborn version in Tom's universe? Yes, they are, dude. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I could see it happening in the next film. I could see them introducing Green Goblin and Harry Osborn and that whole arc in the next Spider-Man film. We all know that there's going to be a Spider-Man 5, buddy. We have Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, Brand New Day, and then probably the next movie is going to be called Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, or they're going to call it the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for the 5th Spider-Man movie. The Spider-Man movies will never end. The only way the Spider-Man movies will end is when the world ends. They're going to keep making Spider-Man films, bro. And I for sure see Tom Holland probably being Spider-Man for another 2 to 3 movies, if that's the case. So I definitely see them introducing Green Goblin in his universe, Electro in his universe. You know what I'm saying? Doc Ock in his universe, and Lizard in his universe. You know what I'm saying? And even adding on other characters of some sorts, like I said, with Tombstone in the universe. So Tom Holland is. It's crazy how Tom, out of all the movies and all the appearances we've seen from Tom Holland, they've only introduced Vulture in his universe and Mysterio, and then that's mainly it for his villains. And now, so far before Brand New Day, the villains we've got for Tom's universe is Vulture and Mysterio. Put that to the side. In this movie now, we are seeing Scorpion. We're gonna be getting Tombstone. It's like now, and again, and I can't wait to see his Rhino. I need, Kraven the Hunter, as bad as the movie it was, the way that they did and the way that they designed Rhino, I was like, hey, that's a better design than Paul Giamatti's Rhino in Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. His Rhino, if the CGI was more patterned up and he was a little bit bigger, I'm like, yeah, dude, that could be the Rhino. We could definitely see the Rhino. We could probably see the Rhino in this movie, Tom Holland's Rhino. I love it, bro. There's just so many villains that Spider-Man has. It's epic, bro. I think the next villains we should be seeing in Tom Holland's universe could be Rhino, Hobgoblin, Venom, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Lizard, you feel me? Chameleon. Like I said, they have Tarantula in here. Black Cat is more of an anti-hero, so it's like I wouldn't even really call her a villain. You know what I'm saying? And then we get, dude, show us Scream. You know what I'm saying? Carnage. You feel me? Like, Give us all that, dude. So I can definitely see Tom Holland at least having like 2 to 3 to even 4. That's 4's pushing it. About 2 to 4 more Spider-Man movies in him. And then after that, you reboot, you recast. Because, you know what I'm saying, at that point, Tom will be like in his late 30s. If you're going to give him another 2 to 4 Spider-Man movies in regards. And, you know, it takes him about either 2 to 3 years, 2 to 3 years to do Spider-Man films. So, yeah, you're looking about late 30s to where they should end his Spider-Man story. But in regards, dude, yeah, dude, we're definitely seeing where that's going to lead. Where we have Miles Morales, you know what I mean, coming in. I could see Miles Morales being an end credit scene, hint of an end credit scene, to where you just see his afro and you see, you know, you just see him with his afro and he puts his headphones on at the end of the movie, like something. You know they're doing it. We can't be waiting forever for this. You just go ahead and just pull the trigger. Pull the trigger, bro. Show us Miles Morales. You show us Cindy Moon as Silk. Show us Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, you feel me? Just give it all, because if you're going to, I can see them creating little hints and webs of Miles Morales, Cindy Moon, and Gwen Stacy. You know what I'm saying? I could see them remedying those webs and doing those connections, whether it being end credit scenes or Easter eggs, or actually having one of these three characters showing up. I would honestly prefer to see Miles Morales just be an end credit scene and then them show a few, you know, hints of, you know, Cindy Moon as Silk and Spider Gwen for Gwen Stacy. So that'll be extremely interesting in regards to that for sure. And then we have like confirmed story events like nobody remembering Peter Parker. We already know that. And then Marvel repeatedly emphasizing that this is not another multiverse crisis, but it's going to be a grounded Spider-Man adventure. So it's interesting because the organized crime focus, Ned bulletin board in the trailer. So yeah. Oh, let me see here. And what's up, Matrell Willie? It says I think of a picture of Miles is on Ned's bulletin board in the trailer. See, that's why, bro, and that's why it really helps to watch the trailers and don't focus on the characters themselves, but look at the background of the trailer. Look at the background scenery in the trailer and make sure you play the trailer in extreme slow motion, because you will see those things. I gotta look at that trailer again because I think I missed that, because I didn't really like aim to look to see about those type of Easter eggs, but there's always Easter eggs all around. And Matrell, don't get tricked as well, because Marvel trailers are so good with Marvel trickery. Even there's a scene, you know, the scene to where he's jumping towards the hand in the air. There could be Daredevil above him, Luke Cage below him, just like how they did Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, where they did the part of the trailer where Spider-Man is jumping towards Lizard, Electro, and Sandman, right? And then in the movie, you see that it's Spider-Man, Andrew Spider-Man, and Toby Spider-Man. It's 3 versus 3. So you already know, bro. Even when they had the Infinity War trailer where they were showing that Hulk was running behind Captain America and all them while they had the war in Wakanda, Marvel is really good at using that trailer trickery. They will edit things in on purpose to trick you, and they will edit things out so you don't see, you know, and save that for the real movie. So that's why I never really look too close into the trailers, because Marvel has done that so many times with the trailer trickery, bro. There's things in there that they add which mean nothing. It's just to throw you off the path of trying to figure things out. And Marvel, dude, they love doing that. So that's why I didn't even really waste my time to look into that in regards to paying that much attention to these trailers, because the trickery, they love it. They love to trick us, and it's just bro, it is just confirmed that they do that now. So yeah, so when we're having, it's gonna be more crime focused movie. from what we've seen for it to have Tombstone, the Hand, Scorpion. There's gangs, criminal organization playing a major role, and then you have Spider-Man and Punisher teaming up, making it more grounded. The you know Again, Bruce Banner playing a meaningful role through a Marvel has not been revealed, but he's and how central he is in this movie. But again, I said I really do prefer Doc Connors to be real. So the biggest rumored events could be Peter meeting Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, Daredevil appearing, Kingpin pulling the strings, Mr. Negative being the true mastermind, Miles Morales, being teased, Hobgoblin set up for future films. We could see Savage Hulk probably show up fully temporarily fighting Spider-Man for a little bit, and a connection to the Avengers Secret Wars movie. And then, X-Men seeding through a Sadie Sink's mystery character. But that character, in regards, is honestly, it's speculated to be Jean Grey, but I don't think that it is Jean Grey at this point. Really looking at everything in the trailer and things like that, I don't, it's, yeah, I truly do not see Sadie Sink's character being Jean Grey. I think she's definitely a character that, a more prominent, less prominent character that was probably shown in the comics or whatnot, that we haven't really stuck our nose on. But I think a lot of people figured it out, but I'd have to look more into that as well when it comes to Sadie Sink's character. And the main two biggest theories right now, but they aren't on equal footing at whatsoever, is the Jackal. The Jackal being this hybrid, very demented character to where he does cloning. Um, it's current, so the Jackal Miles Warren is about around 50 to 70% of appearing in some capacity, because I think there was a little Easter egg in the trailer of a drinker canister saying Jackal on it. So fans are thinking that he's involved because the movie is heavily focused on genetics, mutation, and scientific experimentation, especially with Bruce Banner, Peter Parker, and the Mysterious Mutant storyline. So it's crazy, bro, because we could see the Jackal, all these geneticists and these mutation scientific professors with Bruce Banner, Peter Parker being into that as well. We could have Dr. Connors and Miles Warren in here. So you could have Lizard and Jackal. And again, it sounds fun and all, it sounds cool, but I hope that this movie isn't too overcrowded. It's fun to see all the heroes, all the villains, but boy, 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 oh boy, oh boy, dude. I just hope that we don't have too many characters in here, because it's fun. Here's the thing: as fun as it is to have all these characters in a movie, and they're just like this, all the action, all the heroes, all the villains, all the good stuff, yeah. And then at the end of the movie, you're like, man, that was a lot. That action was great. I love the villains and heroes, but the story's lame. The story's not that good. And that's even what I felt when it came to Spider-Man No Way Home. They gave us all the OG characters. They gave us Andrew, Toby, Alfred, Melina. They gave us, Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, Sandman. You know what I'm saying? They gave us all these original characters. And then when at the end of the movie, you're like, oh man, that movie was amazing. And then when you start to watch it a little bit more and more and more, and you're kind of like, but the story was extremely lacking. I love No Way Home, but that story was lacking, my G. So it's kind of like, I just want them to have more than just Easter eggs. I want them to have more than just a bunch of villains, more than just a bunch of heroes, more than just a bunch of connections to Secret Wars, to Shang-Chi 2, to this movie, to that movie, to the X-Men. I want this movie to be less of a setup, less of cameos, and a grounded, excellent Spider-Man film. That's what I want this movie to center around. Instead of using, this movie, using Tom Holland's Spider-Man film as a platform to create more bridges to other movies, to create more connection to other characters, to create more build up and set up for the future of Marvel down the road. Let's not use him as a bridging piece. Let's just make this a good movie in general. You can have all that, but mainly just focus on making this the best Spider-Man movie possible. That's all that I'm hoping that this movie could be. But Tom Holland even has said that the true main villain still hasn't been guessed by most fans. So that's why it's leading many to suspect Marvel is hiding someone bigger than Scorpion or Tombstone, in regards. So because if you think about it, put the Hulk aside, the main villains that we know are in here so far, the true main villain, because Hulk is, even though Hulk's a villain at certain degrees, he's still mainly a hero to be in regards. So if we're thinking about official straight up main villains in Spider-Man Brand New Day, you have Scorpion and you have Tombstone, you feel me? So those being the two main villains that is officially confirmed, you got to think, if Tom is saying that even the fans haven't truly guessed the main villain, I'm either thinking that it's Mr. Negative, I'm either thinking that it is Jackal, I'm either thinking that it is going to be I think it's going to be the symbiote. The symbiote can honestly be a factor in this movie, because besides a Jackal, because a lot of people have had the eagle eye and they spotted the green jackal as a background reference in the trailer footage. And that could just simply be an Easter egg as well. But if Marvel uses a jackal, they could begin laying the groundwork for the Clone Saga with Ben Riley or Kane in future films. That's what I'm getting. That's going to tie him into Peter's mutation. Instead of making cloning his primary focus, it'll be him playing with Peter's DNA, trying to see what he can extract from him, or trying to see if he can control his mind. And that's going to position him as the secret mastermind behind the events of the movie. But again, none of this has been confirmed. But when it comes to the symbiote, that's a big possibility, but still less likely, because the symbiote has a strong MCU setup. Because with the post-credit scene that to drive the main story, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, you can see a piece of this Venom symbiote was left behind in the MCU. And there have been persistent rumors that the symbiote could finally bond with Peter or another character in the Brand New Day movie. But the reasons that it may not be is because Marvel has repeatedly described Brand New Day as a street level reset for Spider-Man, and that the film already appears to be feature multiple villains and several major supporting characters. So adding the full black suit Venom slash Venom storyline could make the movie feel overcrowded. So that's the thing. So when it comes to Jackal, I could see even the Jackal being more connected in this film than the symbiote, than Venom himself, or the symbiote in general being a part of the movie. So it's just a lot of good stuff going on in regards to the potential of Spider-Man Brand New Day being one of the greatest Spider-Man movies of all time, which I still see a big fat no to that. But I would love to be proven wrong. I'd love for them to raise the bar. You feel me? I would love for this to be the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. But again, enough of the recency bias, because a lot of people keep doing that. And it is what it is. Me being born, in the '90s, I've accepted that the greatest superhero movie era is behind us, but it still has hope to be, to surge back, to have resurgence. So, Martrell Willie says, "Do you think Luke Cage is in the movie?" Listen, man, Luke Cage being in this movie again, and I said it earlier in the video. It's like I could fully expect the Defenders in the movie for sure, because again, it's New York, and that's what I was saying earlier in the video. I need Marvel and Disney. I need them to really rally the troops and really start making the New York superheroes a priority and making it more believable with all these with all the superheroes, the most Marvel heroes, main Marvel heroes, all live or are from New York. So it would make sense for Luke Cage to pop up. It would make sense for Daredevil to pop up. Jessica Jones, even Iron Fist, you feel me? White Tiger, you know what I'm saying? Like it's endless, you feel me? So Miles Morales, Spider Gwen, you feel me? Silk, all these New York style heroes. If there was any time to really bring them out now, it's now. I won't really say to put them all in this movie, but just to have it be a good connection, to have all these New York superhero centric characters be more connected and be more presentable to each other, actually have them come more together cinematically, because in regards to that. So I can definitely see either Luke Cage. For me, I mainly feel that Luke Cage or Daredevil could mainly show up out of regards to the Defender movie, Defender characters and the characters for the Marvel shows. So if anybody's really show up in this movie, I could see it being Luke Cage or Daredevil, even both, probably even Iron Fist if anything, but we will see. And Angar says what we really need right now is superhero movies where superheroes is all on his own, solo, no help coming from anywhere. That's what made the old superhero movies so great. Exactly, bro. Less is more. Less is more, Angar. I definitely agree. Less is more. And Angar says, to be honest, that's what made Donner's Superman film, Burton Batman's films, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man film movies like masterpieces. Even to me, bro, like I said, with the Dark Knight trilogy, you had, it was just, when it came to the Dark Knight trilogy, the first movie had Ra's al Ghul, you know what I'm saying? Scarecrow. So you had two nice, dope Batman villains, just Batman facing them both on his own. And then you have the Dark Knight, Batman facing Joker and the mob on his own. And then having to face Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart's Harvey Dent at the end. And then you have, when it comes to Dark Knight Rises, you have just the big ferocious stature man of what he was, Tom Hardy's Bane, versus just Christian Bale's Batman. It was either a one-on-one or it was either a two-on-one, but it was always still mainly a superhero centric film that kept it, that kept it in that precipice and size of just keeping it centered around the character and the hero itself, facing a villain or two that is centric around that character's lore in their story and their origins and their build-up, making them the character that they're needing to be towards the end of their arc in their story. It's not always about throwing as many villains and heroes in a movie as possible. Again, less is more. That's just how it's always been, especially when it comes to superhero movies. And again, even for me, when it came to Avengers 1, I love Avengers 1. It holds a special place in my heart. And then you got Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was okay, but I wasn't really a huge fan of Age of Ultron. Infinity War, you feel me? I love Infinity War, blew me away. It's the climax because we have to defeat this threat, Thanos. So, and then you have Endgame, you feel me? Endgame was to me, Endgame was boring as freak, but it still made sense to have all those villains and heroes because they had to go back in the past to fight, Thanos, even a more lethal Thanos, a more younger Thanos, a more strategic, focused Thanos. Before, to try to undo the future, they had to go back and fight Thanos of the past. So that's made sense. But from here on out, they cannot keep doing the formula of introducing a character or bringing back a solo character or solo superhero movie, throwing in a bunch of superheroes and villains and making it a mini Avengers movie. You feel me? That's just not what it is. And that is going to be a big detriment to why that superhero movie cannot hit masterpiece status, because you keep holding it back. You're holding it back by adding more, if that makes sense. You're holding back these superhero movies by adding more heroes, more villains, more connections, more Easter eggs, you feel me? More world building. It's like, dude, listen, you're trying to do too much in a superhero film. Whatever happened to just making it, that one centered movie for that hero? Origin, you know, character development, introduce the villain, detrimental villain events happen, shaping the character, molding the character, building him up, and then they have the villain defeats him in the first battle, and then last meaningful battle, the superhero overcomes and triumphs, defeats the villain, gets the character development, and becomes a true hero. And becoming one step closer to the being that true hero, if not already being the true hero that superhero needs to be. It's just those classic tropes and not adding so much to the story is what makes it a masterpiece, depending on how it's executed and how good the story is. So I see Angar said, but one question, genuine question: do you think people say Brand New Day looks so good is because it is good, or that the past Tom's Spider-Man films were so mid-looking and etc.? Bro, I think that's a good question, bro, because I'm right there with you. I think the fans are just you have fanboys and you have fans of the character and the lore and the predecessors before Tom, like Toby, Andrew. The way I see it is, yeah, Homecoming was great. I mean, it was like it's like, yeah, Matrell. Me and my mom watched Homecoming, and we enjoyed it. For it to be the first Spider-Man film, I liked it. Even though I wish their Vulture was more humanoid, I'm not a fan of all the technological stuff. I'm more of a fan of mutant genetics and stuff like classic Spider-Man. Not always being technology centric, but still, you know what I'm saying? Homecoming was still a great overall first Spider-Man film. So I give you that. I can't stand Far From Home. I do not like Far From Home. Spider-Man No Way Home, yeah, it was great, but I'm talking about visual standpoint, swinging and etc. Okay. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just to me, Homecoming again was okay. Homecoming was still, it was a decent start, you know what I'm saying, to a young, untrained, just very green Spider-Man. So Homecoming, I give it that, but Far From Home, I can't get with it. I just don't. I will never watch Far From Home ever again. It's just I can't get with it. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. And then we all know, dude, Spider-Man No Way Home is a straight up cheat code. It's a straight up nostalgia bait. It's a straight up cheat code for No Way Home. I love No Way Home, but at the end of the day, I can admit that without the OG characters in No Way Home, the movie would be garbage. So it's like, even when it comes to No Way Home, to me, it's still kind of like it's a legit cheat code in regards to the trilogy in regards to Tom Holland's trilogy. So if you take away No Way Home out of Tom's trilogy, his trilogy is dang near mid to not even being good to certain people. Take away No Way Home. Take No Way Home out of his trilogy catalog and try to just grade his movies off of only Homecoming and Far From Home. And you will really tell yourself, man, his run has been somewhat mid, if not terrible, not good, depending on your opinion and how you feel and your precipice on his trilogy and his characters. But to me, Tom Holland has a great Spider-Man in him. But again, I need Disney and Sony to believe in him and give him storylines and movies to where he could carry, and stop making it Spider-Man and Friends. You feel me? And let's build it. Let's build him up. Build a bear. Build a spider. You feel me? Like we gotta take it back to the basics and reel it in. You keep adding all these villains, heroes, that you keep overstuffing it. It's like you gotta ask yourself this. It's like you're at a buffet and you just expect it to just have a nice cheeseburger with fries and a fresh Sprite and a shake, however you want it. Just a large meal to fill you. And then now the restaurant's starting to give you free food. They're bringing out platters. They're bringing out buffet courses, and the food's delicious, mind you. The food's great, and so you're gonna keep eating. You're not gonna stop. You're gonna keep eating what they give you because it's good. It's great. The food's good itself, but you're not savoring each bite. You're not immersed with the little meal that you've already had that's just quenching your thirst and quenching your appetite, and aggressing your appetite. You're eating too much food. You're gonna throw up. You're just gonna throw up. That's what I feel like when it comes to a situation like Brand New Day and other Marvel films. You're giving us too much good food, and we're not gonna tell you to stop bringing the food. As the consumer, we're addicts, so we're gonna keep eating it, but we're gonna throw up. It's like you're giving us good drugs. We're gonna keep taking the drugs until we overdose. There has to be a fine line. There has to be a fine line on how much characters you have in a movie for a superhero movie and how good the storyline is, how good the director is with executing said storyline. You have to look at those aspects. And because again, you don't want the audience to start throwing up because you're feeding them too much. You don't want the audience to overdose because you're giving us too much drugs. And us being addicts, we're not going to tell you to stop bringing the drugs. We're going to say, keep it coming. And then we're just going to overdose. We're just going to collapse. So it's like, you got to think about it like that. But going back to Angar's question, when he's asked me, do I think people saying Brand New Day looking good is because it looks good or because the past Tom Holland Spider-Man films have been mid? I would say it's a little bit of half and half, honestly, Angar, because I can definitely see people genuinely still really loving, if not liking, Homecoming and Far From Home. And of course, we love No Way Home. That's why I always say when it comes to Tom's trilogy, we need to take out No Way Home. Take No Way Home out. It's like a cheat code. Take out No Way Home and judge Tom's movies on the merits of Homecoming and Far From Home. You feel me? If you judge Tom's movies off of Homecoming and Far From Home, you're going to say it's okay to mid to it being trash. In my opinion, if you love Homecoming and Far From Home, God bless you. But for me, Homecoming was an all right, cute start. And then Far From Home, I did not like it. I will never watch it again. And again, keep No Way Home away from this conversation because No Way Home, like I keep saying, is a straight up cheat code to elevate Tom Holland's trilogy and his story. It was a straight up cheat code and a nostalgia bait in itself as well. So I can't even we leave No Way Home out of this. This is not a part of the discussion. So yeah, guys, but I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that Angar, Matrell, Willie, you guys came in. Nicholas Thomas for saying what's up. And Hunter Iggy, I still got you, man. We will definitely have a DC discussion very soon in regards to doing a DC live. And again, guys, I will be doing more live. I'll be doing more videos in general soon. I'm actually going to be seeing The Odyssey this Thursday. Angar says, but bro, we need more lives from you. No, bro. No, I'm gonna be doing more lives for sure, bro. I'm gonna do more lives, man. But I'm gonna definitely because I don't know what it is, Angar. I tell you, bro. People just love when I talk about DC, bro. I swear. Oh, what happened to Metal Viking? Matrell, me and Metal were still cool, bro. It's still my guy. But Metal Viking, dude. Metal Viking, guys, if you guys don't know, man, he has kind of gone away from but Metal Viking has kind of gone away from the superhero spectrum. It's crazy the heights that my channel was at before I kind of had that path of me kind of somewhat crashing out and being upset with the backlash that me and Metal were receiving when it came to the Superman movie 2025. I was loving the trailers, loving the TV spots. I was covering the movie, every picture, every teaser, every trailer. And then after the movie came out and I gave my honest opinion, it's like everybody turned on me. So it's kind of like after that, and I was very disappointed in Superman 2025. It's like I feel like Superman 2025 was the catalyst for me and Metal to kind of just losing a lot of passion for superhero films. And you guys could see how passionate me and Metal Viking are about superhero movies. So when we were so hyped and passionate about Superman 2025, and to us it was basically mid. To me, Superman 2025 was extremely mid, and Metal Viking, he basically damn near hates Superman 2025, and that just kind of just hurt our sight. Or it just hurt, dude. It just hurt our superhero loving spirit, bro. Because if you guys need to know as well, like me and Metal, bro. We were born in that era, bro. Like the '90s and up, bro. It's like we were born in that era with Lord of the Rings trilogy. Tobey Maguire Spider Man, Dark Knight trilogy, Ang Lee's Hulk, bro. We grew up watching those type of films, and it's like, and he's a big fan of The Crow. Dude, me and Metal Viking, we did a reaction to The Crow. It was my first time watching. I will definitely finish edit that reaction. I'll upload it on the channel as soon as I can. I've had that reaction for too long now. I should have already done the upload, but it's just Metal has just lost all hope and interest in superhero movies. He's Metal is kind of somewhat he's somewhat still a little, I would say he's still kind of more favorable to Marvel right now, but even then he's still kind of cautious. He's just cautious with superhero movie content. So from now on, it's like I want to do superhero movie stuff, but I'm still gonna make this a movie centric channel. I'm gonna be watching, movies like The Odyssey. I've grew up watching and loving more, stuff outside of just. I was never only just superhero movies in general. I love watching a bunch of films, whether it being thriller, psychological, some horror. I'm just trying to get back into the cinematic swing of things. But superhero stuff is always gonna have a place in my heart because I love superhero stuff mainly, but I just love good films in general. So I'm still gonna be making more lives, guys, for sure. And if I can, if there'll be a time where Metal is up to it, and me and him go live, and we just, shoot the stuff and just talk about movies in general, then we'll do that. So, dude, bro, listen, I have not watched the Michael film yet, bro. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, bro. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, dude, and I've heard that I heard Michael was kind of mid. I heard Michael was good, but it was just like, it was like a, I know, bro. Guys, I promise you, guys, please give me, because I just got a movie membership. So lately, dude, I've been working. I've been going to the gym, and I just been spending time with my family, bro. But I will definitely, I'm gonna watch. I still haven't even watched Obsession, bro. I still haven't even watched Obsession, bro. So, guys, I'm gonna make a list for sure. Obsession is on there. Um, you know, uh, Michael's on there. I will give you guys I will give you guys a review for sure as soon as possible. I will tell you guys what I think, because dude, Michael Jackson is a huge inspiration to me. So I will definitely watch that movie. I think nowadays, being a movie critic and watching movies, bro, he says, bro, I would go as far to say that it is the best film of the year. The best thing about the film is the heart. Man, listen, bro. I'm gonna, freak it, bro. I'm gonna have me, my mom. I'm gonna have my whole family sit down. We're gonna watch it, and I want us to have a family review on Michael, bro. Like, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch that movie, dude. We're gonna watch that movie all together, and I want to have a family review with me, my mom, and my sister, and we are going to review it. This house is grown. This house has Michael Jackson all up in it, man. We love Michael, bro. So no, I'm definitely, guys, I'm telling you, there's going to be more reviews on the way. Because again, guys, I've just been working, going to the gym. I got my movie membership. I'm going to start watching more movies now. And I'm even learning Japanese, trying to learn other languages, trying to get into my music as well, focused on my music. So, guys, I'm really just hang in there, man. Hang in. I promise you guys, there's more content on the way. I promise you that. But Angar says, I love your lives. The thing about your lives is that you answer everyone's questions, which is why we love your content, bro. Exactly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Angar, I really, and I want to apologize to anybody that is, any of my old subscribers or current subscribers that even unsubscribe, because I deleted all my videos and I just stepped away, because it's just like, now I see that being a YouTuber, it requires you to basically not give a single shit about what anybody says about your content, and about even if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Stick to your merits. I'm going to stick to my merits, because at the end of the day, guys, we all have opinions, bro. We all have opinions and we all have preferences. So we can have fun and debate about movies and shows and things of that nature. But I think it all comes down to not saying, oh, a movie sucks, and if you like this movie, you suck. Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We all have different preferences, different movie tastes, different opinions. So I want this to be a fun, safe place to where we could talk about movies, debate about movies, try to see each other's opinionated aspects of a movie, try to understand each other's meanings and understanding about a movie, and try to just display it and debate it and talk about it, and just have it be a fun area here. You know what I'm saying? Angar says, Cass, just a suggestion. What's a suggestion, my friend? What do you suggest? But yeah, man, from now on, I just want this to be a safe place to where we could tell our truths, and no matter if we have different opinions, no matter what, that we all keep it, respectful, chill, still be family, still love each other, and just have this be a chill movie spot, and have different opinions and just talk about it, bro. It's about Indian mythology. Bro, listen, Angar. I know, bro, listen. I remember dude, when I was getting into the what's that movie called? Broth The trail looks so peak, bro. Listen, man, bro. I remember that I was gaining a good amount of traffic when I was reacting to the Brahmastra trailers, bro. I love Brahmastra, and I was just like, man, I love Salar. Yeah, I love Brahmastra, Salar, Triple R, man. Like, dude, Indian stuff, bro. Indian movie filmmaking, bro, is peak, bro. Their actions peak. I'm going to be getting into a lot, guys. And again, guys, I would love to bring you guys as much content as possible, but I'll be busy. I'll be working. Hey, man, if I was getting a bunch of money on YouTube, dude, I promise you guys, I'd be entertaining you until the end of time. You feel me? It's just that I got to work. I got to get the money and pay the bills, get my life situated. If there will be a day that, YouTube can take care of everything for me, which I was getting there, bro. I was getting there with the, Superman content, but I just got pissed off, and I was just like, F it. I just deleted everything, and I was just done with I was damn near ready to quit YouTube after that. I'm going to be real, bro, because it's like, it sucks that if you have a different opinion or you speak your truth, you're seen as public enemy number one. These fandoms are so toxic, bro. It's not even funny. I see why a lot of YouTubers just decide to lie. They decide to fake it and until they make it. And I respect the YouTubers that have their wild takes and outrageous, outlandish, remarks and things that they say, and they stick to their guns and they keep it moving. But they always have that main audience that still backs them and watch them from day one until then. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna be ending the live here. But Angar, I appreciate you for being here. I promise you, I will definitely be doing more stuff be coming on the way. Matrell, thank you for stopping by, man. Nicholas Thomas, thank you for always dropping a yo on the comment in the chats. And Hunter Iggy, again, I got you with the next live. It's going to be a DC live for sure. I just want to thank you guys for coming in. And Angar, I promise you, bro, The trailer reactions are on the way. I gotta pick up a new mic because this mic, my DJI mic, is mainly just gonna be, my mic that I use for when, I'm doing an out of the theater review, an out of the theater reaction. So I gotta go pick up a new mic, for my desk setup, and I'll be back in full effect, guys. I'll be back in full effect. I love you all so much. I thank you all for stopping in, and I do hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your night and you have a lovely weekend, okay? You guys stay safe. Again, I love you all. Take care, and I have more content on the way, I promise you guys. Thank you so much, and I love you guys yet again. This is Casting Stirrup signing out. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're loving the content. Peace.